Hello everyone, welcome again. Today we are going to solve Splunk data manipulation room, which is belong to the SOC level 2, and this video will be part 2 for Splunk data manipulation. We were in task 7. Let's continue from here. I have restarted my attack box, so I don't have the previous files or previous Splunk settings, so I will recreate some of them. If you continue from part 2, you don't have to do it. Anyway, let's start. As we know, different log sources, okay, and in order to understand how multi-line events can be handled in Splunk, we will use the event log generated from the script authentication logs. Our scripts were in this file. Let's open a new terminal and let's become a super user again and go to the scripts. Here we have authentication log script and we will use it. Let's run it. Okay, it's a little bit confusing. Let's continue with this one. As it clearly shown, the event contains multiple lines. Let's update the inputs configuration file to include this script and see if Splunk is able to break the events as intended. And copy the we will copy this script to the into the bin directory, bin folder, which is exists in data app folder, and then we will configure our inputs configuration like that. So let's clear it, ls, and let's copy this one, authentication logs, to do this directory. Let's see, apps, data app, and bin. Now let's go to the bin. Sorry, let's go to first data app and then go to bin. Let's check it. Okay, now we have authentication logs here, and now we have to go to the default directory. Here you have to have a there has to be an inputs configuration file from the previous exercise, but as I told you before, I restarted my process, so I will create a new one, nano inputs.configuration, and I will copy these lines and paste it here. As you can see, it is a directory of our script. It is the interval, which means every 5 seconds, and the related index will be main, source type will be out logs, and host will be out server. Anyway, let's look at the Splunk search head here to see how these logs are reflected. To see that, we have to restart our, let's first save it by pressing Ctrl O, Enter, and Ctrl X. Now I have to restart my Splunk. To do that, let's do this operation. It has to be SC. No, it has to be bin, sorry. Splunk and restart. After restart our Splunk successfully, our logs will be look like this. Okay, but there is a problem here. If we observe the events, we will see that Splunk is breaking the two-line event into two different events and is unable to determine the boundaries. So there's a boundary problem. To solve this problem, we can use different stanzas in the props configuration file. If we run the script a few times to observe the output, we can see that each event starts with the term authentication. So it means every new record, every new log starts with the authentication keyword, okay, indicating the start of the event. We can use this as the regex pattern with this stanza, break only before, and see if it could fix the problem. We will copy the following lines into the props configuration file, which has to exist into the default folder. We will save it and then we will restart our Splunk and we will see if it works or not. Let's see it. Okay, it will come to me in 1 minute, no problem, because we are restarting our Splunk. It's a long process. And then okay, all the necessary operations will be done after this one. We will restart it again one more time and then we can solve the questions. Actually, anyway, let's wait for Splunk. Okay, it's coming. Okay, it's about to come, no problem. My session has expired. Login to return to the system. We don't have to. It will come by itself. Okay, let's check our main index. As you can see, we have the outputs of or logs of authentication log scripts, and we have to fix this problem. What was the problem? Splunk is breaking the two-line event into two different events and is unable to determine the boundary. So it means there are two lines here, and Splunk thinks that each line has a log by itself, but it's not. We will reconfigure our props configuration file, and then Splunk will think like that. Every line begins with authentication is just one log. Okay, so to do that, where was our configuration script? Okay, let's copy it and create an props configuration file into the default directory. If you don't have, you can create it again, but as I told you before, I restarted Splunk, so I don't have a props configuration file. Now I'm creating it. Ctrl O, enter, Ctrl X, and now I have to restart our Splunk. Where was it? Opt, Splunk, bin, Splunk, and restart. Let's wait it. After that, our logs will be in the correct way. Now we can solve the questions, guys. We don't have to wait for the Splunk. We can solve it. They are easy. Which stanza is used to break the event boundary before a pattern is specified in the above case? As you can see, the stanza that we have used is break only before. Okay, let's check it. Does it exist in here in task 4? Yes, break only before and break only after. You can read the definitions of these stanzas here. Let's go back. Which regex pattern is used to identify the event boundaries in the above case? The regex pattern is this one, guys. When Splunk saw this pattern, it will generate a new log record. Okay, it's the main keyword to create a log for Splunk. because we said that break only before, and the related pattern is authentication. You can also check from the regex101.com because it's basically a regex operation. Anyway, is it done? No. We can read the next task and then we can come back to the Splunk to check our task 7. Anyway, masking sensitive data. Some logs have the credit card numbers or identical or some personal ID or some PII, personal identifiable information, and when it comes to the logs, they have to be invisible. Okay, and here we have a purchase details script in the scripts directory, in the scripts folder, and we will use it. And let's actually use it. ls purchase directory, purchase details, sorry. As you can see, they are credit numbers and we can see the credit numbers, but we shouldn't see them. Okay, they are private. So we will configure our Splunk to make them invisible. Okay, while we are waiting our Splunk, okay, now it came to me, and let's check if it is work or not. What was the source type for this operation for task 7? It was outlogs. Let's copy it and come here. Okay, I will do it by myself. Source type is outlogs and enter. And now, as you can see, every authentication keyword made the logs unique. Okay, so they each lines here are belong to the one log record. Okay, we are successful in task 7. Let's continue with task 8 again. And now we will copy this script to configure our task 8. Let's copy them. Our main purpose is making these credit card numbers invisible. But first, we will copy the script into the bin directory. Copy authentication, no authentication log, sorry, purchase details, to do opt Splunk etc apps data app and bin. Let's check them. Now we have it. Go back to the default because we will reconfigure our inputs.configuration. I will delete these lines. You don't have to, but I will delete, and let's copy them to here. It is our script directory, which is purchase details. It was in the bin directory, we copied it before. Interval is every 5, which means in every 5 seconds. Index will be main, source will be purchase logs, source type will be purchase logs, and host will be order server. Control O, enter, Control X. And now I have to restart my Splunk. This configuration tells Splunk to get the output from the purchase details script and index into the main index every 5 seconds with source type purchase logs and host as order server. Now save the file and restart Splunk, log onto the Splunk and apply the following search query. Okay, but there will be another operation, so I will restart my Splunk at the end. Okay, after now, if I restart it now, I will have an output like that, but in here I can see the credit card numbers, but I shouldn't. Okay, so let's fix this problem and then restart our Splunk to gain some times. Okay, it looks like we have two problems to address. We need to hide the credit card information that is being added to each event, and also need to fix the event boundaries. As you can see, user David, user John, user William, they had to be separated. But here, all operations in just one log, but they are each line belongs to another person. So we have two problems. One of them is credit card numbers, and the second one is boundaries. Okay, let's fix all of them together and then restart our Splunk to see if it works or not. We will use regex100.com to create a regex pattern to identify the end boundary of each event as shown below. And the related script, the related command for regex is this one. The digit, it means digit, and 4. From the end, take 4 digits. Okay, it means like that. Let's update the props configuration as shown below, but it won't be enough because other 3-4 digits we can see them, we can still see them, so it won't be enough. We will save the file and restart Splunk. If everything goes well, the event should be propagating correctly as shown below. Oh, sorry, here we are giving the boundary, so it will be enough for the describe the boundary. So it's not about making credit cards invisible, it's about defining boundaries. So it's enough for defining boundaries, and after this operation our looks will look like that. Every user has their own unique logs, okay, but user David here, user Emma another log, user Jane is another log, and Emma another log. But here we can still see the credit card numbers. Let's fix them too. Here we will use setcmd, okay, and to use setcmd, here's an example of using in props configuration to modify a file called my file, and we will use this frame to make the credit cards invisible, and we will use these regex, okay, and at the end we will have a props configuration file like that. This line is for defining boundaries, and this line is for making credit cards numbers invisible. Okay, they are written here. No. Then let's start with the copying. Purchase details. Okay, it will be for inputs file. Come here, menu inputs. Okay, we have already done it, but let's do it again to make sure. Okay, it's ready, and now I will create another file which is props.configuration, and here I have to, actually I don't have to, but I want to delete the lines. It was for task 7 anyway. Okay, I have to write it by my own. Purchase logs, and then should line merge true. Let's look at this one. Should line merge. Should line merge is true, and must break after. Must, it's our stanza after. What was the related script D? It was like that, I think, and one dot. Okay, And now set cmd cc. Set cmd cc is equal to this one, and then d for for again, sorry, be careful about it, and there has to be another minus d for, it means digit 4 digits. Okay, and then as you can see, it was the old value, and now we will write the new value. New value will be x, and we will see the credit card numbers like that. Okay, oh sorry, I forgot it. Okay, x, our new value will be like that, and then g. Okay, everything seems correct. Let's save it. Ctrl O, enter, Ctrl X, and now I can restart my Splunk. Let's do it. Opt Splunk bin Splunk and restart. While we are waiting, let's read the questions. Which stanza is used to break the event after the specified regex patterns? We used here must break after. Does it exist in task 4? Let's check it. Must break after. No, it doesn't exist here, but you can just make a Google search to learn its definition. And I can show it from here. Here we used it. Okay, must break after, which means if you see 4 digits at the end of the line, then break the lines. Okay, and here every logs, or come here, every logs here has 4 digits at the end. Okay, what is the pattern of using set cmd in the props configuration to mask or replace the sensitive files? It is this one. We use this pattern. Okay, it will come back to us, no problem. Let's continue with task 9. Okay, but from SOC analyst, here we will use VPN logs, but the VPN logs was in the first part of this video, so I won't do it. Actually, do I have to? Let's check the questions. Extract the username file from the source type purchase logs we worked on earlier. How many users we returned in the username file after extraction? Okay, I will stop here and make a new part for this one. There will be a part 3, and that's all. Now let's check the task 7. We are here and we have to make the source type. Let's first check all the index, and now we have 2 source type. One of them is out logs, another one is purchase logs. Source type will be purchase logs. Okay, now as you can see, all the credit cards numbers are invisible, but there is a problem. We couldn't separate the lines. What was the problem? Let's check our configuration files. Nano props.conf must break after this one. Okay, actually it has to be true. Yes, it has to be true. I don't know what's the problem here. should line merge is true. Okay, there is a syntax problem here. Let's fix it, guys. After we fix it, okay, it was the problem, but I won't restart it again. You saw the problem and I fixed it. After that, after I restart my Splunk, every lines will be separated from each other. Okay, that was all. Thanks for listening. Thanks for your time. I hope I could help you. See you in the task 3. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye.